3, 4, 5. I fucked your wife. If your Warframe becomes a useless husk without you, then what do you become without it? A piece of shit. Hello and welcome to the 8th Eisen Index public debate. Started out with our sponsor Teshin and his words of wisdom for this month. This debate is to ascertain and quantify traits of several Hearth Under cultural pillars, including games, movies, TV series, books, and any additional quantifiable entities. This debate is brought to you by the Große Deutsche Eidgenossenschaft Reichtumhingabetreuenkraft. This debate is commissioned by the Hainite Council Commission on Index Debate, which was actually renamed, and I should probably have edited that in the speech, for a for-profit, heavily politicized organization of which I am a member. The debate will last however long it takes to index a number of topics predetermined at the drafting of this debate, and we'll cover an assortment of topics as outlined by our loyal oh, never mind, I didn't edit this one as well. By these two imbeciles who I have brought back onto this show once again. Now, presently, the literal God, yours truly, is joined by our two normal hosts, returning debater Warcries and returning debater Sarfnic. In our review of the rules and format for this debate, please refer to the rating indices on official Eisen Index Google document or appropriate Google slide. Tonight, for our 8th edition, we will have a review session in hybrid literal God's choice, 3 topics per debater, and this will be a bit more of a loose form, off the cuff, and or not wanting to build the HA world and already having done my Warframe sortie for the day type of event. Let's begin. Lucky Trump coin here. Warcries, heads, Sarfnic, tails. Flip. I dropped it. Heads, Warcries.
Okay, let's go through here.
Never
Should we
happened.
start it off spicy? I'm actually going to say Sarfnic as the beginning.
For editing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I have some actual points I need to make here.
Okay.
Plot holes.
Here's the thing. You made a contention on the review for Sarfnic, so if you're going to make a contention on a review, which we would
yeah,
generally hold to the end, you should be able to make whatever contention you want to make first, and then the other two people, literal God included, can debate over that.
Sure.
So, let's look here. Relevance to the literal God generally doesn't have a major effect on overall rating. I'd agree in relevance. Philosophical merit. I don't know if that's worthy of a D, I'll be honest, with
Alright.
with ongoing things.
Like,
Well, a lot of your let's just talk philosophy. I don't want to get too much into this, but what do you value philosophically, sir?
Christ,
I value
going for
life,
the...
my family. I value my own wants and wishes and dreams.
Wishy-washy neutral.
I also value, well, I value justice. Does not mean law, but justice.
So
You cannot judge me, sir.
so clearly
Justice itself.
he hasn't very much developed his philosophy.
No, I have philosophy, but
I could make the argument on rational merit,
I
but
need to
my
actually
main
have a
argument
private
here.
discussion with you on
Yeah.
that, Warcries.
I have a lot to discuss about
I do not
philosophy,
think it's a
should you
F.
desire.
Yes, 100%
Anyway.
F.
Overall rating, considering relevance to the literal God generally doesn't actually affect someone's quality, I would say if you average out everything else, like meme potential being the only high point, I'd argue it should be slightly lower. Maybe a D.
Why do you think I should be lower deep? Oh, well, actually, I'll
Look
wait
at
for my turn.
the and look at what matters the most.
Alright, well, literal God, I think he's done. Can I make my points now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so let's go over to some other examples of peoples. First off, let's go to Mr. Beast. He's a B. Okay?
Yeah.
An overall rating.
Yeah.
Let's go. So, I mean, that's fine. I think you like Mr. Beast. But then we go to some other people. Dream is a C. So
Yeah,
you
but
think
no-
Dream is... Oh, but no, it gets worse. It gets worse. Oh, it gets
Okay.
worse. Oh, it gets worse.
Okay.
Then we go to
Or-
Tommy Innit. And he's a
Okay.
C minus. He is higher than Sarfnic. In that case, we should not be friends if that is the case.
That's because he barely likes it for profit and not actually because he's that retarded.
No, he is that retarded. Beyond profit.
Sarfnic makes a fairly cogent case here.
I haven't watched enough to actually judge it to the extent that Sarfnic does, but I don't really value Sarfnic's opinion enough to believe him in this.
Seriously? Like,
No.
Okay, Surf.
Like-
What would you think? Okay, on a general precedent, this would mean one of two things. Either your rating is too low, which is what you're contending, or their rating is too high. So
Well,
tell
look,
me what ratings
look
you
at-
would like
let's look-
changed on your sheet.
my overall rating is a little too low, I would say. I
Not
think
average. Warcries has you there. What ratings would you like specifically increased? Then we can talk about your overall.
First off, what's with personal approval right now?
Chicago.
Because I like a TV show.
Yes.
That's enough to make it go
No,
down
it's
to
not because
F.
you like it. It's because you talk about it constantly everywhere where no one wants to see it.
I mean, okay, but that was before all that.
Well, you had a pretty low
No.
approval back then too.
But, anyways, first off, what is it that other than Ninjago, you need to actually have some decent things to say? Because I could cut that Ninjago shit and this would change.
Okay,
quite a
so
bit.
Ninjago, your derivative hearth characters, your drama stirring. Hold on one sec.
I'm interested. in
Yes,
that part.
so your Ninjago shit, your stirring of drama, particularly with Swiggins.
That thing was like 1 minute, and I actually helped solve drama overall.
You
so it was a good
helped?
choice.
Oh, so you were helping.
Yes, I Warcries didn't like Swiggins because he
Castlevania
made,
reference for you.
he made Minecraft.
You haven't
challenges
watched
with-
Castlevania Season 4, so my personal approval of you will go down. You refuse to watch the Clone Wars. You refuse to watch Beastars.
I said I was gonna put it on my list. What are you talking
And
about?
you tried to use the fact that you had seen the claymation OP as you had experience with that show. No, even Gam saw through that shit.
Obviously, it was a joke, but anyways. Either way, you mentioned hearth characters.
Yes.
The Lorax, may I remind you.
It is
is
the
one of the coolest.
it is
characters.
You managed
only
to actually make
due-
it somewhat okay.
It is
somehow.
only due to my godlike writing skill
Exactly.
and
That-
the narrative tolerance of the rest of the community.
Our Clearthus is pretty much just a traditional or
Our Twitter is
chaotic or lawful evil. Lawful evil is probably more
He's
accurate.
lawful evil, correct.
Lawful evil is
The
fine.
character he's based off is lawful evil as well.
Although I do the fact that he's a simp for the character of one of the 7. So
Okay,
there's
but then may I also mention some of my contributions have been kind of
Okay.
heavy, Aramis. I think that should
Okay.
raise personal approval.
okay, go ahead.
I mean, both seasons I've been building the lore world, right? I built the
That is
cinematic
partly true,
stuff.
yeah, sure. Now that you have
I run the Eisen index, man.
Run.
I
Yeah,
stream it.
not
Probably
really.
run.
Know your place. This is the literal god's purview. I think we've taken that into account already. However, that would be a very big personal approval boon. I'll grant you that. But you immediately tried to take credit before you even did any of this. If you remember the Hearth Hype video number 2, I believe, you went on your server and said this was in my build, this was on my server, so I take credit for this build and shit in your hype video. You said that in the cinematic reaction video well after the fact,
What?
and used that as the rationale, not you actually contributing to the build with your Wickle Truffle with trees, the larger of which the Warcries and I actually had to make.
But there's more. Kaib funny moments.
That is true. However, you have not produced a second funny moments, and
Because I'm
first
still collecting.
you failed to produce the central meme of Hearth. Well, aside from Sarfnic Bad, that is Dwayne the Rock Johnson. You simply made mention of it in the end of that video.
Because Warcries deleted the VOD. I couldn't have actually made a
Wait,
thing of it.
oh, that one.
Yeah.
That was my fault. Way back then, I was retarded. Jesus Christ.
Let's talk about Among Us funny moments number 2, shall we?
Okay. Oh, God.
You're lucky that I spare you a cringe.
But I think that still should at least raise it to a plus. All the
What?
stuff I've mentioned should at least raise it to an F plus. Like seriously.
Cannot have split grades on individuals.
How? This is so dumb.
No.
Okay.
But there's more. May I mention that I'm also the man who recruited majority of the Hearth members here, and I still,
Including Leo Siddick,
including the Belinar extension,
which has 2 decent people in it, Spiggins and the dude.
Chaotic Peace.
Chaotic is from Belinar?
Yes.
Oh, I guess that's kind of fair. Okay, fine. And I guess Oxygen is in the Discord, even though
Oxygen, Ray Binks.
Ray Ray hasn't really done anything with us.
Also mention all the heart hackers you've recruited.
They're in Hearth
Yeah,
S&P.
so you're a mixed bag when it comes to recruitment. Need I state, Fade, Coot, Colbert, etc. You actually have recruited 100% of all hackers on Hearth, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me think.
Did
Yeah,
you
but-
form
I
a-
mean, if you count previous seasons, not really. Right? There were other hackers.
Only other hacker was admin, and to my knowledge, yeah, you recruited him.
Who recruited admin, actually? It might have been you, or...
No, because I remember you introducing me to him.
Oh, no, he joined Hearth Adventure. He joined Hearth Adventures.
Oh yeah,
None of us
yeah, you're
recruited him.
correct. Never mind.
Yeah.
Admin a hacker?
He didn't
Admin,
hack, he
it
just
was
cheated.
minor hacking. No, it was hacking by
Oh.
definition, but he was using schematic autoplays,
Okay,
which verbatim from
Blacklisted
multiple times.
application. Yeah,
Yeah.
listed application.
But I also recruited literally some of the best players and most active players, too.
Okay, going back to when and how many of them are actually
Okay,
veterans?
so
Quite a bit.
I recruited Aramus von Eisen. I recruited Warcries the Inferior.
I'm wrong. I recruited you to Hearth for that
Okay,
matter.
then we recruited each other then. Okay, then I recruited
Wrong.
Cratty Boy
That's wrong
67.
again. Sorry, before I say anything,
Yeah.
Legend 20.
I came to you with a proposal for Hearth RPG, which originally started Hearth.
Yep.
Not you came to me. I recruited you for reference. We were both founders, but I recruited you.
Mhm. Fair. Let me check the server list. I believe I also recruited Krat as well. I'm talking
really
about in
gonna
the old days.
Your favor.
But I'm just saying that all of that should at least increase it a bit. That's all I'm saying.
Recruiting
Also-
people randomly and getting good results coincidentally is not something that should
I mean,
raise
not
your national merit.
coincidentally. But no, I'm just saying all the stuff I've mentioned should at least raise it some personal approval, not national merit, but by like at least 1+,
Oh,
which is literally
Surf
nothing.
I won't lower it to lower than a D+. I think because we keep you around for the memes. Okay, do you have any other contention starred?
I do.
Okay, Warcries has additional contentions. Go ahead.
Okay. So, sorry for reference. I do genuinely try to help you. I do genuinely try to help you, sorry. It fails when I try. Also, specifically Ninjago. Oh no.
I haven't even been sipping about Ninjago unless like a question.
Okay, anyway.
But
Anyway, so lore characters. Your lore characters have, at base, your base suggestions, I'll just be pretty straight up, they've been generally neutral to negative, and Aramus has managed to spin them in a positive manner, just somewhat. I do have a few footnotes about the others you mentioned, just real quick. Mr. Beast, a lot of my opinions about him are retarded. Going through Tommy in it,
I never.
I don't actually know if it's for profit or not. Innocent until proven guilty. Dream, cringe. Not cringe on level of cringe, but like should be D- maybe. But I
I
don't
mean, you
think
did
it's
cheat
worth
his speedruns. I think you have to count what happened there.
Whoa. You were one of the few who stand for Dream during that period when I was taking that position. Are you now trying to make political hay with me, Sarfnic?
No, I always thought he cheated.
No,
I just don't like
no,
him.
sorry,
Like most.
you still
Hearth
liked
fans
him, which
do.
was retarded.
He cheated and
But
you
he
liked
cheated.
No, because his content is still pretty good. It's just that he cheated in like speedruns that he
Not
submitted.
it.
Anyway, let's get done with the topic of Sarfnic if we want to move on to Dream.
Yes.
So, anything to say, Sarf or Aramus?
Okay, so I still don't understand philosophical merit as well. Like we can have an
Yeah,
actual discussion about this.
I
if
do
you
want to because it helps a lot generally.
off stream, but
Yeah, I would be willing to after this. Generally, it's just you have a very weak philosophical merit in terms of actually thinking about him.
Sam,
It
you
seems just
watch.
very generic and
more
weak.
than I do.
A Clone Wars reference, looking into unofficial Hearth Jackbox. One of you may want to deal with that. Don't stay on my account. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, I remember. I could literally create a Hearth Jackbox.
Yes, but Sarfnic, one of you may want to deal with that.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, we'll work
So-
on that. We'll do that next.
What did I?
There's someone posting the N-word in that chat.
Oh,
What,
wait,
just
what?
now?
Don't delete this immediately. I gotta see this. Where is it?
Oh, yeah, he's gonna get banned. Hold on a minute.
Where
Yeah.
is it? Where?
I'm not
I found it.
I'm gonna delete it though.
Who is that?
He's one of Spoofer's friends that they invited one day.
So Sarfnic, you were saying?
I created the Among Us unofficial branch, man. That
That goes in Hearthstone. That goes in Aramus at any moment. Good. Okay, let's continue.
No, just let me stare at how that went down. Sarfnic trying to get his personal approval up. I created the Hearth Jackbox thing. Looks at Hearth Jackbox, randomly invited. Squeaker is posting N-word, N-word, N-word.
Previously known as Kitty Hearth for reference.
Yes, Kitty Hearth. We now refer to it as Kitty Hearth.
Excuse me, that has never happened before, and I had to deal with that. But may
Like
I add
Nephew,
that?
you're restoring
May
his
I add
investment.
that a little while ago we did have raiders in Heart that were saying the N-word as well. If I am not
Yeah, we
mistaken.
destroyed.
That was from where? Was it Evernight?
No, it was from Sarfnic's YouTube channel.
Part of that.
Yeah, it's from a stream, but still. But either
I
way.
can't blame him for that, to be fair.
Yeah. They were also randos, but you can't blame me for randos. I didn't even recruit those guys. Those are spoofers,
Sarfnic
friends.
announcements an unofficial Jackbox. You frickin' fricks! When will you learn? When
Can I
will
mod on
you learn?
Jackbox for a sec? I'm gonna play game Ryan. No, I'm kidding. But give me a
Never.
mod.
I'm assuming you're referring to nuking Sarfnic's server
No,
as.
we focus on
Yeah.
Jackbox later. We focus on Eisen Index now.
Yeah, correct. I was gonna post. Actually, can I have mod before I tell you what I was gonna post?
What?
Gonna
Just
post
say what
the
you're
end.
gonna post. I'm not giving you my.
Then no Hearth branding.
I'm gonna change the entire Discord to.
That was stipulation for modded.
Yeah, I was gonna post when we learn that your actions have consequences and announcements. But no.
Okay. Well, in that case, post it in general, and I'll post it in.
Sarfnic's
Uh-oh.
overall rating decreases from a D plus
Why
to
is
a
it
D.
decreasing? Why is it decreasing?
And we already discussed this. Sorry, any more you have to say? Or
I have to say that I have mentioned things that should raise something.
circular
least,
argument
whether or
we've
not it's
already discussed.
Rational merit or personal approval. But either way,
Anyway,
we shall move
Okay.
on to.
your proposal and then Aramus's proposal, or how are we doing this?
Yeah, Sarfnic, do you have anything that you would like to see edited on the Eisen Index?
How many rounds are we going for Aramus? 2, 3?
Are we not going to actually
and-
recommend any new things?
I say 3.
Well, we'll go back and forth. So we'll do 3 reviews, 3 new things, 3 reviews.
Man,
Until,
let us
until we
go
have
next to the speedrunner man himself. The
Green.
green boy. And let us deal with him.
Sarfnic has elected to review Dream.
Okay, Sarfnic, go ahead.
Alright, so I may notice that you have given him a C, which is callow, right? So that's kind of borderline in the end. How is this man?
B is borderline. Yeah, borderline.
Warcries referred to callow as borderline one time.
C is
but-
No, I referred
Average.
to C as average.
So
he is-
what exactly is
B as
boosting him
border.
other than him being in like a bunch of toast videos?
Okay,
That's what's-
so the actual average is like a high C
Yeah.
for reference. High C, low B is average. Somewhere in between C plus and B minus.
It's just what you described to me, or yeah, you
Yes.
described it as to me initially.
Yes. So borderline means that it's like that's in guilty pleasure territory.
Yeah.
That's well, just for reference. Dream, what are you contesting, Sard?
So no, I just want to ask first off, what is bringing him up?
Participation alongside Toast and the fact that he's actually fairly competent at what he does.
Okay, fair. In that case, I have no complaints other than he's somehow better than me. But
Yeah.
Warcries, anything to say?
We have a couple Dream
So-
stands in Discord that
As a
just
general rule, most of this is pretty correct. The main potential is that like it could go A.
I think it could go
minus,
up,
could make it
actually.
an A, yeah.
yeah,
But anyway, considering how much you've oversaturated Dream, it's not really funny in here anymore. But
I don't even talk about Dream anymore.
yeah, I know.
I don't even
previously.
watch Dream SMP
Anyway.
anymore. But
So, as a general rule, the speedrunning community hacking was, I've discussed this with Aramus before, in and of itself as minor, but the merit he had to have to do that in and of itself is what actually bothers me about him. And
Yeah.
that's a lot of the time how I judge people if I don't know them well. I'll use how they, how they process things in smaller things that still actually require some processing to measure how they'd act generally if I don't know any better. And that's why I'd probably support lowering his philosophical merit maybe to an F. But other than that, I'm good.
I mean, he's also kind of what I figured you call impulsive as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't think he's particularly impulsive, though. He isn't really
Actually, fairly calculating.
I mean, I respect his skills. He's actually really skilled. But
See, here's the thing. Dream is one of those things where the community makes him bad. Like there's a negative halo effect that comes along with the community with Dream.
Okay.
I mean,
so...
I actually want to give him credit too, where credit's due. I mean, he did make Minecraft. He did improve Minecraft.
You, and the only lens that I had to view him through was you. He started it like an F. We've already reviewed Dream once. I am going to review. We are going to finally finish our complete rating of ASMR.
Oh.
Okay.
It was left unknown, yeah.
After all of my experiences with this field, the YouTube recommended algorithm being chaotic neutral at best, I am going to say that my personal approval of the general topic of ASMR is right on the borderline, between borderline and acceptable, or approved rather. We're going to give it a soft approved because the personalities of a lot of the people that do these types of VA type stuff are they're completely demented. I trust them implicitly.
That puts it let's guess.
Say overall rating for ASMR will probably be something like an A+.
Oh wow.
Maybe just an A.
I mean,
It's close.
there is some cringe though when it comes to ASMR.
Yeah, that's where the meme potential gets done.
Alright, let's go with DisguisedToast. I have an image already planned for it.
Go ahead and grant my preliminary ratings very quickly. You know, I'm very opinionated about DisguisedToast. My preliminary ratings for DisguisedToast. DisguisedToast gets an A in relevance to the. Actually, we'll give it an S in relevance because I have actually watched him ever since he played Hearthstone. I watched him go to fucking BlizzCon, all that kind of stuff. DisguisedToast has been on my radar for a while, and I've never really fallen off with his stuff, save when he went into sort of like the TFT era. Philosophical merit of DisguisedToast. Guy is not afraid to get deep in the weeds on stream. I haven't watched too much, but I am not sure that I entirely agree with a ton of what he says. He is based. He is honest. That's good enough for me to get at least an A. I'd want to go back and watch some of the other stuff if I actually wanted to qualitatively do it. But that in of itself, the fact that I watched it and didn't want to immediately bite his head off, based, very based, Mr. Toast. The rational merit of the large-brained DisguisedToast cannot be impeached. He is the literal god, perhaps even above my good self in Amogus and in a lot of other games like Hearthstone. The meme potential of DisguisedToast. Dragon Task originated with Toast, tormenting most of OTTV, which was very disinteresting without him, is Toast. Tormenting Hafu, who I despise, is Toast. Slaughtering Dream on stream is very good, and my personal approval, particularly of his methodologies in said games, is a keck for obvious reasons. He has dealt with the cancel mob, so we have a joint enemy. He despises the Twitterverse, and he was actually quite an entertaining host on the Rajler show. The Rajler show. I don't.
Rajler? I think it's that. Yeah.
Rajler show.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Warcries.
Okay. For reference, I do have a topic ready. Let's just go through DisguisedToast. So, yeah, relevance. Not really my argument to make in this case. I agree with you. Philosophical.
Okay, so Sarfnic posted a meme.
Fuck.
It was a joke. It was a joke, by the way. It was a joke. It was not meant.
You know that's not going to save you this time,
It
Sarfnic.
was not meant to be taken.
Your personal approval falls to a cringe.
No. No.
You're gonna have to make one of those proper ones.
Actually, Aramus, though, seriously, that was a joke, Aramus. That was not meant to be taken
have to make
seriously.
base Sarfnicator versus average Sarfnic appreciator.
Aramus, you cannot do
Okay.
that. Seriously, though.
If you guys toast,
Let's go through here.
oh my god, I can do whatever the hell I want.
Okay. So, philosophical. After you did see the controversy, considering you were talking about the cancel mob, you read his, I don't know what it's called, fucking, is it Twitlong? I don't know.
Yeah,
You
Twitlong.
read about it? I don't ever check Twitter, so.
Actually, quite good. Actually, I'm going to bring philosophical merit up for that, just because you mentioned that. It's a
Yeah.
good read.
Oh wait, what was this Twitlonger about?
Some of what he said
Summarize
on
it.
stream about that, and he mentioned it. He mentioned, actually, I'm pretty sure it was someone on OT, yeah, Offline TV. He mentioned it actually.
What happened?
They were talking about a lot of the stuff he didn't want to say specifically for, because of the cancel mob, and they obviously couldn't go into specifics, but. And also stuff they didn't want to say because he'd also get OTV canceled, which is fairly respectable. Although a fair chunk of OTV is quite cringe.
Warcries, can
So-
I ask for a context? Giving
Most of
like-
OTT-TV alone is fairly cringe. I enjoy Saikuno. I enjoy the chaotic energy that Ray brings.
Yeah.
Everyone else I could kind of do without.
Rational Merit, purely from what I've majorly seen him in, is a Keck. Also outside of Among Us to some degree I've seen him, which would be like Twitlong.
Very well spoken.
Good. Yeah. Personal
Yeah, I
approval. Yeah, I agree.
that Warcries would read Twitlongers.
That's the only one I've ever read to my knowledge.
But what was it
Okay,
about
sorry.
though?
It was about the Twitter cancel mob.
Oh, good.
Trying to cancel him.
So why were they trying to cancel him actually?
It was a variety of reasons that were pretty much all lies.
All right, so let's go into DisguisedToast, relevant to the Orgot A. I think that's fine. I mean, if you watch all his videos, I'd actually raise that. Philosophical merit? Yes. Okay.
Too much of value.
Mhm. Okay, let's get into some points about Toast. I like how he is skilled. I also liked how during the AOC event, how I think he muted when they started talking about Hasanabi.
Taker, who
Yeah,
should also
shut
be on
case.
here.
Hasanabi
Maybe
tried to like get into politics, and he's like, nope.
Hassan and AOC is two of mine.
And although I do want to remove, I don't like some of his friends, like that he plays with. He plays.
Donks, though.
He considers
OTT.
them his friends, but a lot of OTTV.
I mean, I consider
libtards.
you to an extent my friend, so.
I guess that's fair, but I mean the fact that he keeps playing with them, I have to kind of put some negativity
Donks,
on.
though.
I mean, he's Toast. He doesn't need to play with.
Yeah. Algorithms. Algorithms and stonks. You know how many Saikuno fangirls that he's successfully been able to convert into subscribers for him?
True.
There's a lot of bleed over there that I don't think people realized how much traction Toast actually got.
I do think that Toast is smarter than he's put off, because I remember watching when he didn't make it into the Jimmy Fallon, like when Corpse, Ray, and Saikuno made it into the Jimmy Fallon Among Us event. He gave like some genuine good commentary on why they didn't let him in.
Fallon is so fucking cringe.
Like saying about how he's like kind of considered the fourth most popular Among Us creator, and because of that, they never select the fourth guy for any TV stuff. I thought that was smart. Yeah, I like how he shakes it up a little bit. Like he did like a Minecraft video once, and he did like a drunk drawing game video once as well. But overall, he hasn't uploaded in a while, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Not since like April, actually. I mean,
A
that's
Twitterati.
I mean, seeing that the guy grinded every day, I'm guessing he's just figuring out what to do next to this channel. Good job, Toast. I like him. That's all I have to say.
I give Toast a kick.
Oh wow, Christ!
I thought that he's 3 kecks. I mean,
That's the first personal keck we've given.
no,
Technoblade has-
we've had a perfect keck before.
No, not with
in
people.
in humans. Technoblade has a kick.
Yeah.
Ben Shapiro has an S plus.
So my topic. This is very, very random, but I wanted to do this earlier, and I just kind of never got to it. Let's do
Okay.
Terraria.
Oh, okay, that's a good call.
Oh God. Oh, I think that I'm actually gonna hit this game hard. I believe that
Oh.
Swiggins is the only other person I know who hates Terraria like I do for the same reasons.
I've no, as you know, there's a major
Or
trend with
dislikes.
Terraria that those who don't play it and play Minecraft tend to dislike it, unfortunately.
So, as platformers in this genre go, this game expanded well past what pretty much anything else does when it comes to sandbox 2D variation, which is nice. I like the uniqueness of it. I almost gave refinement development an S for that reason, if it weren't taking them so fucking long to actually add content and fix bugs. There are quite a lot of known bugs and unintentional things like hoiks. I don't like that kind of stuff.
They kept Hoiks for intention for the technical.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And then for bad change.
Mm-hmm.
Score is good, particularly the boss tracks. I don't overly like chiptunes,
Mm-hmm.
but if anything, I'm going to give that an S.
Very wacky score.
Yeah, it's very wacky.
Or if
Visual
yeah.
sprites, I don't generally like sprites, but their boss design gets progressively really cool. Story of this: building town, conquering darkness, spirits, dark and light. That shit is fine. It's not very well explained, and then they throw shit like the ether bridge out there randomly.
In and of itself, the story isn't meant to be expanded upon within the game. Yeah, it's not meant to be story based.
Okay, really though. Sustainability, sandboxes tend to have really good sustainability. I'm burnt out of Terraria. I don't know why. I don't know why. I burnt out of Terraria very rapidly.
I have collectively 1,000 hours in the game, I think, over all platforms plus the modded.
Our gameplay is fine. I don't like that there's kind of a fourth tacit class that you don't get to access until mid-game. Meh. I ain't gonna farm fucking slime rods.
Okay.
Other than that, a lot of the systems in it I quite like. If it had a lot of the interactivity, if Minecraft had a lot of its interactivity, I think Minecraft can actually take quite a few things from the amount of interactions that can go on.
That started bad. Bad. Don't worry, cringe detect Davide and speak your notes. Huh.
What?
Saw that started.
Wait, did I say that out loud?
Huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit here.
Oh, you found my old thing.
Our Warcries, you suggest this Sard to go first?
Alright, let's hit hard. So, first off, visuals. Never really been that appealing, I'm sorry. The characters are just, I gotta admit that. A lot of the items, I get it's on purpose, but still I feel like they could have done better quality-wise. Like, this poster is misleading right here, I'm sorry. This poster's misleading. Story, I don't know the story. Sustainability, didn't they just say that they're done with making updates? Like, unironically?
No, they said they're done with major updates. That's specifically due to... Oh, okay.
How many years?
That's specifically because they've been developing the game for 10 years, and they have a small team because they don't they're smart and don't fucking trust everyone. With making games within their company, and they want to move on to other stuff.
Good. If we move on to other games, it's actually pretty good. But to drop a popular game like that...
Anyway, I'm gonna let you continue.
Yeah, but to drop a popular game like that, I feel like that's kind of a bad business move.
Wasn't critically popular, but
it's good. I don't know why. When it comes to this game, I just don't find it that interesting. One of the few.
I'm gonna decrease the weight story, I think. But I'm going to bring it down to a beast that basically is null.
Yeah, I agree.
I would do that with something like an
Art is done. I have a lot. So, first of all, let's go through the classes. So, 1.4, you haven't actually properly played 1.4 other than the very, very early on.
Yep.
Master mode doesn't excel, but a lot of the stuff it's not nearly as good as expert mode, but a lot of the custom items come past Skeletron, I'd say. And that's where it actually gets pretty good. I do wish they added boss AI changes, but other than that, it's still an A in terms of quality master mode. So Summoner, they actually in one of the 1.4, it was either base 1.4 or one of the base 1.4, it was 1.4.1 or something. And they added a bunch of Summoner items in early game and later game. They also added whips, as you know, for Summoner. So Summoner is much more interactive now, and also Summoner is actually very viable early game as well. Summoner is now pretty balanced with all the classes, so I'd have to disagree with you there. They've balanced it out, and it is no longer useless or pretty much impossible to play without grinding at any point in the game. So, Sard's arguments, let's go through your sustainability. As you said, platformers tend not to be a forte. You said this before in relation to Hollow Knight, I think it was.
And Celeste.
Two games I very much liked. Although Celeste not nearly to the extent of Hollow Knight, obviously. Yeah. Sustainability, I find it incredibly sustainable considering all the additions they added. Also, the modded community is by far the best game mods I've ever experienced.
I can buy that. I'm going to give that a boon to community, not necessarily sustain. But I know that most people play modded, so.
Uh-huh.
We'll add that to community and not change Terraria's rating on sustainability.
Yeah, hardcore mode, definitely good. I have yet to do a full hardcore mode playthrough on any, I think. I do intend on doing one most likely on expert, possibly on the master in the future.
Okay.
I think those things really change how you play, the play style, and that adds to sustainability in my opinion. I'm not sure, you've done, what playthroughs have you done of Terraria specifically, Aramus?
I have done baseline medium core, I think.
And what class?
Hybrid, and I switched around a bunch.
Right.
Effectively all of them at endgame. I fleshed it out a bunch.
So
this was before 1.4, mine.
Yeah. 1.4, so actually I do want to mention development later on, but I'll wait here. 1.4, in of itself, was huge. That's development. Let's go out on to the actual classes you mentioned again. You said you generally played hybrid. I tend to stick to one class. I find it a lot more entertaining, and also sustainability goes way up. Like, I could play the game. I've dipped 1,000 hours into the game, as I said, and I'm not at all burnt out. We go story, no complaints there. There are times when I just, like, obviously there was the first time they actually did the story for the game was when they added the story event, which is purely outside of the game. They don't have a single mention of the story inside of the game, to my knowledge. Like, there are a few, like, tiny tidbits, like, you know, the Dryad being 500 years old and so on, but I wouldn't consider that story. Score sound design, I agree. Yeah, it's very, very odd.
I must pause you, Ard, for 1 second. We have a special guest, Eggsick, in the chat.
Oh shit, not again.
1,000.
What are they saying?
Terraria Epic Community should be SS.
Terraria, or X6 spent 5k hours in Terraria.
And it says
total.
1,000 hours is weak numbers.
Doing on traitor.
Yeah.
If he ever comes back, I do want to do a playthrough with him. So, okay, refinements. Oh, you have something to say before I continue?
Yes, and I acknowledge that 1.4 was actually good. I couldn't bear it. I don't know why. It is a mystery to this day why I have zero drive to do a 1.4 playthrough that lasts past like the first hour.
Yeah, I can do that playthrough and got to the very end game with that playthrough.
So, refinement and development in terms of quality is great. In terms of quantity, though, would be my same.
That's my argument. I actually have to go on with.
Go ahead.
So let's just go through here. So first, bugs. Generally, some of the bugs they intended on keeping were stupid. Like Hoyts, it's kind of borderline for me because I can see the entertainment in the technical community, which is a small, albeit very expanded upon community. Let me just open the Terraria updates page to grab the numbers. Every major update has added, I'm pretty sure it's at least 3,000 items. So I've always kind of believed, obviously by major I mean, you know, just one point, so one interval in general. It's very, very quality based, very, very spread out, high quantity when it does release as well.
Okay.
Like the sustain, say something like Ark's been out for say 5 years, and you say how do you think their throughput of content has been, just in terms of quantity?
Pretty good, but I think their starting point left that was a really easy thing to be fulfilled because it started very incomplete.
Yeah, I'd make the argument that Terraria definitely has higher quantity of content being pushed out. Also,
development of art we have at B, which is exactly what Terraria is at.
Yeah. Okay.
I actually have work at a C, so this is about right.
Yeah, so all of the smaller updates have been general balancing and bug fixes. The only major bug that I can actually think of still being in the game is a Hoik. Like, there's the invulnerability bug, which I don't know if they actually kept, but every bug to my knowledge or any bug that I know of is intentional right now. And that doesn't say any, or obviously it says something about their effectiveness. It doesn't say
is it a bug
about whether or not it's actually good. Well, it was initially a bug. They decided to keep it for the technical community.
Terraria was published in what, 2011?
Yes. And let's see if I can get a raw item count. And generally, I've never seen actually like a low quality item in my opinion. Yeah, I'm not seeing any item count.
It would be closer regardless, it is right between a B and an A, so I'll be merciful in the overall when it comes to, but I'm gonna keep it at a B, I think.
Yeah, visuals I'd agree with you on an A. I can.
It's not very highly weighted for the,
Yeah.
the sprite style. Actually,
I like the visuals, but I don't like them like to an extreme amount, which quantifies.
The game gets way better because the boss design.
Overall, personal, I'd give the game an S. I think core gameplay might be an S, but other than that, it's fairly good, and sustainability.
Terraria an A.
Oh, thank God, we're finally done.
Terraria an A.
I have no idea.
Okay. Close to an A+. It's close. It's on the borderline. Okay. Sard, you selected DisguisedToast. Ward, you selected Terraria. I now get to select... What should I do?
I did recommend... Didn't you hear about that Hasanabi guy? I thought you were going to talk about him at some point.
Do Cenk's nephew.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, let's do Cenk's nephew.
Puts him as Cenk's nephew. Okay. Anyways, Exec had some more messages if you want to see what those were about.
Do you want to read them out?
Okay, so let's see. After 5k hours, I cannot play more than 30 minutes unless I'm playing with a bunch of idiots or a big modded like Calamity or something.
Okay. Warcries, go get a picture for Cenk's nephew.
You're not gonna actually write his name. Okay, there you go.
He can delete it if he wants. Actually, I think it would be fair. It shows how much he dislikes him.
Oh my god, is that him on the Politicon?
I think so.
The scum! Why is this fool still breathing my air?
It's him at Politicon. You're correct.
This has been hyped up for a while, and I always
Relevant
thought he would
see
name
him.
Cenk's nephew, and he did.
And he generally gets destroyed. I have no idea how this guy is regarded as a policy wonk. At least he's willing to try. An attempt was made. But I'm going to go... I'll have a very simple explanation for philosophical merit here in a second. Philosophical merit, this guy's a communist. Tell you all you need to know. Rational merit, this guy's a communist. Tell you all you need to know. Meme protection is really good because he says some really stupid things. Personal approval will be a cringe. Fucking despise this guy. Scum goes to fucking Harvard, gets in only because of influence with his uncle, Cenk. Chunk Yogurt, as we are fond of calling him in this household. And goes there, gets a sumo, and becomes a professionally useless person. Now is extraordinarily overpaid for doing something that a lot of imbeciles generally do already, which is try to be a policy wonk for communism, and it doesn't work. Guy has powwowed with the likes of Richard Wolff, who is also on my top 10 Schoom list. Simps for AOC, and Rashida Tlaib, actual anti-Semite, China apologist. That should tell you all you need to know. I'm probably not going to budge much on this unless you guys make some funny memes, so go ahead.
I have nothing to say. I don't agree.
I'm just going to strengthen your hatred in this guy more.
Yeah, also, I don't have much...
he fucking got the streamy on YouTube for news in 2020.
Well, that should reduce YouTube's rational merit if it are
As you know, I don't keep up with the news unless it's actually relevant to me, and this is not relevant to me, so...
Isn't he a Twitch? He's a Twitch streamer, right? Because he has actual stands.
He's a gamer, guys. He's a gamer. Stop trying to relate to me, you fucking
trying to be relatable.
Get out of here. You helped your uncle's campaign that even he failed, as Nancy Pelosi is fond of saying, in seats where you could put a D on a glass of water and they would win. Cenk got his ass destroyed in the primaries. He would have probably lost to a Republican in that district had there actually been a decently funded one.
Oh my god.
Level 31 overall cringe. To give you a reference, Colbert is a level 27 cringe, I believe.
Yeah.
And Coot, I think, is like a level 28 cringe.
So this is our worst cringe yet. Next, maybe next to
Matt has a level 31 cringe as well. But Cenk has a level 30, or Cenk's nephew has a level 31 cringe. Okay. Next up, back around to Warcries. Do you have anything you wish to review?
Okay, let's go through again. I know Sark has contentions about this. This would be interesting, so let's review Aramus von Eisen.
Oh, review?
Good review. Okay. Let's see. Do we have Chad Aramus or do we have Randy.exe on that page?
Do we? I'm trying to find it right now. You
I
must
am
see me
as
at the
well.
top, right?
Yeah, we do. Yes, we have Randy.exe.
Where is it? It's at the. Oh, here it is.
It's number 15, and we were.
Yeah, we have chat Aramus.exe.
Such a good image,
We need to
dude.
get like Randy's Minecraft.
Nice,
avatar
Dan.
in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go ahead, Warcries. What do you have contention-wise?
Okay. Majorly, this is based off of mine in relation to yours, as thinking specifically, obviously, rational merit and personal approval. May I ask, so my personal approval is what, an S? What constitutes yours being an A in this case?
Recognized potential.
Okay.
Self-criticism.
I'm
And-
just so good. Every lack of good I commit is a travesty.
Uh-huh.
I think that's actually a loose Astarian quote.
And here's the thing, what gives you the idea that that my potential hasn't been, or has been recognized in that case?
Because I have the lens of you through Discord administrator, which you are in. Also sailing. There you go. Sailing and Discord administrator. I admit I'm in the dark. There may well be much room for that to change, but my personal A on me is far less likely to change than my S plus on you, or my S on
Right.
you, for instance.
So,
So I make up for lack of knowledge with play in the joints, as it were.
yeah, okay. So this isn't related to mine in this case, but rational merit. I'd assume it's many of the same things. Yes.
More or less. I'm not flawless.
Let's see. I'd go over the philosophical merit if I could, but we haven't finished our philosophical discussion.
So rational merit would be a keck, but I still have 2 flaws.
Third, if you actually want to discuss philosophy, Aramus, are you?
I have no quarrels with
after this?
Aramis's ratings. I
It's
think I agree
going,
with
we're
everything.
already running long, and
Yeah.
we're like
Alright.
less than half the way through.
Yeah. Afterwards, if Sard, you should stick around. Should we discuss philosophy, considering you wanted to?
Yay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
dive deep into my philosophy.
Sard, you did say you had. So
Please,
you mentioned
never-
that the only people you genuinely respect every opinion of on Hearth would be myself and one other, and it wasn't Aramus. That's why I thought you had contention. You also mentioned you had contention, so it's either
How
don't
dare
respect
you!
them or you changed your mind.
About what? Oh, Aramis. I don't respect all his opinions. Yeah, on the butter taco shit. Yeah,
So what? Then you
Wait,
clearly have contentions with him to some
Butter
degree.
taco,
I have contentions with him, but oh yeah, you're right. I kind of actually forgot about that. True,
wait,
actually.
butter taco shit? You mean like the anime stuff?
No, the fact that you think butter taco would be a good fit for mod. That's why I have contentions.
Oh
with him.
my god, sorry. It's a medium.
Yeah.
You know what? He's on the trajectory, but there are people who I'd put in. Like, I'd go for moderate sooner than I'd go for him.
Mm-hmm.
I go for
Honest.
Sam actually, but I go for
Mhm.
Gamer Eye before Bar Taco, and then Bar Taco joins the
Butter
stream in
probably
the
gonna
exact
go-
second.
Thing.
But-
A little bit of tea for anyone in Hearth who actually watches this. Moderate's probably going to go for Paragon of SMP. And
Yeah,
I don't think there is anyone who's going to be able to stop him.
Yeah, he's played in every season since what it was 3, correct? Yeah.
3, yeah.
Yeah, was it 2 or 3? And
would
he's
delete
been
that message,
very
it's not
active
true.
and very productive to
Hero
the
Heart-
community every season.
Hero of Hearth,
And he's
regular.
never been disliked by any particular group.
I think everyone at least has a. Like, he may not have a ton of supporters, but he sure as hell doesn't have a ton of enemies.
Like in the entire
Yeah.
any of the Hearth
It's
actors.
ironic, seeing as how he's the most he's the easiest to switch and make enemies based on songs in the SMPs.
Bar
Ironic.
Taco said I'd be a good mod, and I just delete the message and say facts only.
God.
I'm telling you what, you deleted it.
That was
Sard China.
exactly. Sarfnic the poo.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So,
But-
sorry, do you want to go over your contentions more? Because you did say,
I don't think it's enough to reduce him on his own
Favorite
opinions.
you
but-
just said in general. I don't think it's enough
In
to...
general.
Why do you risk, or if you're ignoring the Better Taco situation, do you still not respect his opinions to the same degree that you respect mine?
I mean, I feel like Warcries is better at explaining things, and I also think Warcries has better opinions.
Here's a hot take. Sarfnic bad.
Correct, it's a very hot
Ooh.
take. But
Very hot take. Okay.
I mean, it's obviously I believe you both are wrong about stuff like Ninjago.
Mm,
No, I
but-
suppose it's not up to
You provide your reasoning, I guess. Although Warcries, I think actually, I agree. Warcries, you had some dumb reasoning.
Yeah, I
for not
agree.
liking
I
it.
agree. I admit to that. That one reasoning I made that you keep mentioning that was stupid, but I still do overall
And then also the
shit on the
music thing
season
as well.
rightfully.
Music thing.
I said the music was good.
No, where you
I didn't
said
say-
like some of the music was bad when like Aramus was
Yeah.
praising one song.
These ladies, you're both
But-
beautiful.
I said the music overall is good. Some of the music is bad. It's definitely not worthy of anything you praise it for.
I mean, I hope it wins the Leo.
Sir, do you have any contentions regarding the literal god
No.
who we need a new Chad image for? I'll do that
Okay.
tomorrow. There's like sun out or something.
So, Aramus.
Should I go bare chest? Ooh,
We need the Sheriff Among Us in there as well.
yes. Bare chest with the new gigantic mace that dwarfs both of those.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I was gonna choose Castlevania, but I haven't seen season 4, so I'm probably actually thinking we should wait on that. I think we can agree, right?
I was gonna choose that next, but yeah.
Okay, does it have to be a revision?
Stars. I'll choose Beastars then because they got a second season.
Okay, let's do Beastars next. Time to torment.
Well, I'm just gonna leave in
There
that
you
case.
go. It's just in here to torment our Beastars. Story may well actually take a hit here. However, there was one arc that is just too juicy. It is, of course, the arc continuing with the Deer with a Glock. The Deer with a Glock's arc saves this season. The main character, good old Legoshi's arc, was not good. The romance arc that he experiences is not good. Louis the Deer with the Glock saves this show, and it is not close.
Here with the Glock.
Yes.
So
I don't know.
confused.
Yeah, he has a Glock. That's his storyline.
Okay.
Characters obviously increased to a Keck as a result of the Deer with the Glock. Now, let's see here. So, who did we experience in the new season? I really did like the security guard, Mr. Six Eyes. Very nice. Very good integrated design. Very good world building. Who else did we get? Characters may actually take a hit. Villain of season 2, Riz. Trash. Fucking garbage. Hated Riz. This is a hot take, I understand. Characters actually takes a hit to the A because of Riz.
I just remember the one thing I wanted to do on Eisen Index.
I'm going to suspend writing and acting changes until we get the dub, because the dub in this is just so much better. Visuals, this is really well animated this season. It's not enough for a Keck, but it definitely maintains an S. Direction, pacing was awkward, didn't really know where it was going sometimes. Random character interactions that were teased that just got substituted for other character interactions. Actually going to hit this. However, every single scene with the Deer with a Glock, the Mafia Deer with a Glock, actually infinitely better, including true to form furry strip club scene. Deer with a Glock still saves that scene. Score sound design is still absolutely amazing, especially if you like smooth jazz. Deer with a Glock's theme is the best. Uniqueness, they did a lot with the world building.
Right.
Actually, I actually did do a lot with the world building. The council meeting was very well done. The Shishigomi dynamics were very well done. I like the idea behind insects and how they're treated in this world. I'm actually going to go out on a limb and give uniqueness a Keck.
I mean, yeah, it's very, very unique, I must say.
Utopia, but metal, but weepy because it's a high school scene as well. Or whatever their equivalent to that is. I don't know what they call it. Refinement, I mean, I don't think it suffered frame rate issues at all. Their dynamicy of scene is really cool. I don't think we had a lot of wacky art fade outs like we had in the first scene. Like when the Deer with the Glock is screwing the bunny.
Okay.
Yes, very complicated lore. That's fine. Spoilers, I know you two wanted to watch this, so.
Okay, so.
It's kind of predictable.
Despite, yeah.
Despite taking two hits.
Rating, I have something to say.
Yeah.
I do intend on watching this. I still want to finish Breaking Bad and also watch Chernobyl before then. But I do intend on doing so. Also, I do have a really good... We're doing another round of actual editions, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Beastars falls from S- to A+. Good windfall on Deer with the Glock's part, though. I very much identify with this character, and if you wish to understand a bit more about me, you will watch Beastars for the Deer with a Glock.
Oh my gosh, he identifies with him. Oh my god.
I really do. He's a fantastic character and is easily the best in here despite being sidelined for lawful good people's champion fucker. gusta. No me gusta.
When's it gonna be my turn? I haven't got a turn yet.
Good ten or schoom.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall
go.
This would be. Oh wait. Yeah.
All
This
of
would
overseas.
be,
You guys skipped me. What the fuck?
Did we?
Sarfnic, your opinion is
No.
invalid.
You did Hasanabi.
No,
Yes.
that was not a review. But then Warcries went, then Synth went. Since then, so it definitely
Yes,
has to be my turn.
Start
Oh yeah.
review
So-
unless we have tensions on
The
Beastars.
only thing, this is surprising, but this is fair. The only thing that we probably need to edit now is Ninjago, since there's been like 2 seasons, or Among Us, since there's a new map.
I'll mark it as icy. There you
Is
go.
this-
I haven't the
Okay,
new Ninjago, so I can't make
in
any
that
changes.
case, let's
Yep.
go to Among Us, since they've
Yes.
updated.
Okay.
Yeah, that's actually fair. I don't like Airship. Hot take.
I actually agree with this.
I don't like Airship very much.
I'll
Mostly
take it
because
back.
we're not able to get 10-player games. You need 10 players for Airship. Or like 9.
15, I could see its appeal when they had 15 players.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine. That's every other map's gonna be terrible for 15 players.
Alright, can I
Um,
give my opinions on it? So,
Go ahead, Sarge.
they added Airship, and they also add that account stuff, I believe. The account stuff
The
is...
account stuff makes sense. It's to prevent you from hacking. But
Okay. That's good.
There's still a lot of bugs.
I haven't I've noticed, like,
Um,
yeah, like the bug where you have to, like, open up pause and stuff.
yeah, that's
And
Settings.
that's unique to
Even
Town of Us,
Toast
though.
has to do that, which is, you could tell it's unoptimized.
That's unique to Town of Us.
I think, oh, it's used, never mind.
Yes, so what I'm referring to is like the shit where open manifolds, that's still a thing. Open manifolds bug is still a thing and will ruin games. The impoggers will easily be able to pick off their opponents.
Alright.
I don't
Alright.
actually have any changes on Among Us.
I'd
Yeah.
say that the map is, I think the map's alright.
I was going to amp community a little bit, but I'm also going to amp community downward, so there is not a net change in community, but the community's modding potential is clearly evident. Community rises to an A and then gets smacked back down to a B because there are cringe people in the community, therefore bad.
Yeah.
Yes,
why?
the memes are really bad.
I mean, they're kind of purposely bad like that.
Adolphus.
I mean, I feel like
Such
they're
stupid,
ironically bad.
bad.
Oh,
No, stupid, bad. Next.
Shall we go back, or shall we add a new topic? This would be my turn, correct?
Yes, Warcries. Actually, no, Sard's turn.
Since,
Again?
yeah, we switched back to
Because
Sard.
he
Yeah.
added DisguisedToast. Go ahead, Sard, add a topic.
Yeah.
I would like to add one of the second greatest Sarfnic hit roleplay series,
Oh,
The
boy.
Great
Say it.
Journey to Blackwind.
The Great Journey to Blackwind. Okay.
I'll get an image.
This will be probably just
I'll get
copy
an
Old
image.
Vales, I guess. For reference,
Randy.
Old Vale was a level 26 cringe, I believe. What's
You want-
that?
How
work?
do you calculate level with cringe?
Size of font
Oh, okay.
in overall rating.
See ya, Exic. Exic, you should definitely lurk on our next stream. It's probably gonna
Sick.
be,
Come back to Hearth.
it's gonna be Subnautica. Ignore them. Actually, well,
Back to
Yeah.
Hearth. Reject life. Return to Hearth.
interesting.
Okay, I have my ratings for The Great Journey to Blackwind. The story is very uncompelling until Randy, our hero, enters the script.
Villain,
Hero,
antagonist.
anti-hero, meet you in the middle. Characters. There is one good character who is Randy von Aramus, who is the guard to Blackwind. The writing and acting is buoyed solely by this character and a specific heartfelt scene that he has with Oxygen's character, who isn't even given a name to my knowledge.
That is
Everything else
incorrect.
is
That is
garbage.
incorrect.
A
But
little Missy.
Lorler.
Laura Lur, who is now fucking dead because she
Yeah.
is a coyote, effectively. If you're not familiar with that term, small Canadian man,
I
it
know
is
what that
someone who
term is.
traffics people
Yeah.
in illegal immigration fashion.
Gamer Ice is oxygen bad. I agree.
The direction of
Gamer.
this Gamer I didn't know you detested Oxygen. I built her a flower shrine and she fucking hates me now.
You know why she left the Jackbox Discord, right? Because
Why?
Gamer Eye said that he doesn't simp for her.
How fucking dare you, Gamer I respect whammons.
Yeah, honestly.
Also,
Literally. and-
why does Oxygen hate me? I told her to give Ray Ray a head pat for me.
Because you're a Republican, probably.
Oh, am I gonna have to put like Camilla on her? You're the most ignorant fucking incel.
I don't think that's even worth it with her. Like
Yeah.
at least some of the jackpot.
Don't tell anyone, but I joined. I joined. Like you know the dude, he has an SMP. We
Yeah.
went to her base, and me and Chaotic, and we just dug a hole and put all our cats in there. I'm pretty sure they haven't discovered it yet.
That's so random.
I guess it's just sound.
Oh, stars
Okay.
here. Hello.
Chaotic neutral. Chaotic neutral.
Huh?
Okay. Visuals are cringe. You don't even use fucking shaders, and you have submax render distance. What are you doing, Sarf? There are cuts where you don't adjust for daylight level in between them.
Also, you never use replay mod. I don't get that.
Yeah. Both visuals and direction are cringe because this is even worse than Old Veil. At least you had a decent texture pack for Old Veil parts of it.
Yeah. May I say some stuff?
Yes.
So I haven't actually watched the entire series because it's so hard to watch.
Yeah.
But,
2 episodes.
Writing and act, yes, I know. That just it shows how bad or how hard it is to watch, or shows how bad it is. Writing and acting. Do I need to say anything more than Oxygen in her voice acting? It was it made the clip so much more funny, but
I know.
it was the worst voice acting in all of existence.
It's like Spaceballs. It's so bad it's good.
Yeah, I have
It's like a hairless rat. It's so ugly it's cute.
like I'm not good at voice acting, but that was like
I am the skeleton lord.
we.
Yeah,
Just
I
was
know, I
trolling.
can't say much. But either way,
Score sound design is recycled and poorly tasted. Uniqueness. There are half a bazillion. Isn't this just like the plotline of fucking Red Pyramid?
I don't know. Plotline is guys heading to Kingdom gets caught up in Magic Town instead. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. So it's fucking
Feels like a
the one
Disney
Ghibli
movie.
film.
Oh yeah, Spirited Away. This
Yeah.
is very similar actually.
Yeah,
Never thought about that,
it's
but very
it's
similar.
bad Spirited Away in Minecraft with no texture pack. Put that in the speaker notes. Refinement is fucking cringe. I don't even think.
Alright, I'll go into what I think should be changed.
Okay.
Characters? I mean, the Innkeeper was actually a decent character in my opinion.
Who's
From
that?
episode 1. Basically, he's a guy.
Randy.
You need to watch it to find out. But the Innkeeper was. Yeah, Spirited Away is pretty awesome, Butter. But the Innkeeper was a good character, in my opinion. Like, he's probably better than even Randy. I'm sorry, Randy. But,
What a dick.
however, yeah, the other characters aren't really that good. Oxygen's character was supposed to be better. But I originally I was actually meant to have I cast Balmung for the role, but I decided to just go the meme route with Oxygen because I didn't really care. I needed. an
If you
actor.
wanted to really go the meme
And-
route, you should have got in Ray Ray too.
She was crying when we were recording, so I couldn't.
Oh
go.
yeah, the hot Australian guy.
Yeah. Then score sound design.
Goddamn Aussies.
I mean, yeah, Kevin McLeod isn't that bad a choice.
Somebody
to be honest.
review Aramus's guilt problem as well.
Visuals. Okay, so you talk about the not using shaders,
Yes.
and that's fair.
I
but
do
I did it for
one
practical
fucking
purposes.
thing, and I make a small cinematic, and at least I have the decency to put good fucking shaders on it.
I just wanted the FPS to be high for the series, and that's
I
it.
just wanted the
But-
FPS to be high. You can
Would-
only polish a turd so much, Sarfnic.
Would-
FPS doesn't matter when you're playing block
Aramus,
game
the
with no
question
flight
is-
physics.
Yeah.
Would builds count in visuals as well? Because I think some of the builds are pretty good.
Yes, and
they
that
do.
fucking build pictured in there, that is cringe detectivity. The best build is Randy's house.
that was randomly
Cringe
generated.
detect
though,
off.
but-
It has the best. But other than that, it is like it needs so much more elaboration.
I mean, the innkeeper's house was, or the inn was alright, I guess.
I grant you a level 26 cringe, and I declare you an enemy of the state, as Warcries is one to say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I hope Sarah's actually watched this, but Atlas.
Yeah,
Oh, like that's what you want to review?
Yeah, Avatar.
Oh,
Okay,
Avatar.
shit.
Which one?
The actual good series. Do you know what I'm
Oh,
talking
good.
about?
Oh, that one. No, I haven't watched it in years, but I don't remember
Wait,
it.
do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Airbenders, right? Benders,
Yes, but like
waterbenders.
the movie or the show?
The show, right? Talking about the show.
Good,
right?
thank God. Need to
Yeah, I know
rewatch
what
the
it is.
series. It's one of the best, really good series. I only watched it recently.
I mean, the movie is cringe in my opinion.
Correct.
One of the highest grossing films, actually. Apparently, it
Gross.
passed. It passed Endgame because they re-aired it somewhere.
You're probably gonna have to put show in brackets.
Oh, Butter says 6.5 out of 10 for Avatar.
Hey,
Why?
only 6.5 out of 10. Okay.
I don't know if Aramis will agree with that, but we'll see. I must stay
Okay.
quiet for this
He
one
rated
because I don't know.
Cenk in his original list, which made me want to watch it.
Okay, get a good image. I'll do preliminary ratings. This is scaled to its time for sure. Ah yes, Zuko when he had my old hairdo. This should be easy.
Try not to spoil too much for certain.
Yep. Story good. Good way to do Eastern fantasy. Yeah. Intricate lore. Very intricate lore. Expounded upon a lot in Korra, which is the only real value of Korra. Decent book series. Pretty universal. I mean, obviously directed at kids.
Has a message for
I'm
you.
scaling. I'm adjusting for that here.
Coot has a message for you, Randy von Aramus.
I bet he does. Tell him to get his little licking communist ass out of Chicago
He says
and go
no
to
one
Communist
watches the Eisen Index except Warcries and Randy von Aramus.
Well, I think that's kind of disingenuous. We have Aramus and Butter Taco here as well.
And our favorite, Egg-Sick.
Yes.
Not to mention Chaotic Peace, Sam. Yeah.
And Q, apparently, he's
And
watching the
also
Eisen Index right now, and you
Gamerai,
hypocritical piece of shit. A little dot-head twig thinking he can judge my Eisen Index all that time. Get the hell back to Indonesia or wherever you're from.
Oh, Gamerai, I thought we were gonna save you for your index, Gamerai. I'm saving Grian for your index as well.
Korean.
God.
Fucking hell. Okay, characters. Zuko, hard carry. Iroh, hard carry. Unpopular opinion, Toph, hard carry. Main 3, I don't actually like that much. Katara has good early arcs, but fades badly. Aang has good late arcs, but fades badly.
Yeah.
Who else we got?
I mean, well, obviously, as antagonist, obviously.
I actually like the side antagonist party centered around Zuko's sister. I actually like that party.
Ozai, which is significantly worse than Azula.
Yeah. I like Azula's friend group. Particularly Zuko's relationship in that friend group. Writing and acting, VAs are really good. As a matter of fact, Sokka's VA goes on to voice a character, and they actually make a reference to Sokka in the Dragon Prince.
Oh.
And he's actually the male main there.
Mm.
Done by the same people, so they actually recouped their old VA for that, which is nice.
Right.
And he does an okay job. 3D animation is much harder gap to bridge than this. I mean, when did Atla come out? Digital release first? Digital release, the quality for its day was okay, but the quality objectively was poodoo.
What was it, 2005?
Yeah, integral to childhoods of many of my kind. It's for that reason that I'll scale visuals up to S. Stuff like Korra expounds on that a bit more. If it's in the same style, I count it as part of the same sort of subset, so it advances with time, but at a steady pace of S.
7 reference, gamer?
Like it keeps up.
Green. Good job.
Direction.
Good job,
Fine.
Master Eye.
This goes for the same as writing. When I say direction, they do struggle a little with pacing, but any show that long does. Score sound design has a really good score. I can't remember a ton of unique pieces, but all their combat tracks are really good. Uniqueness, I don't know that there's anything you can compare to Atla. Like, what would be the closest thing that we can get to Atla?
Oh, by the way, Green's gonna be playing
in
MCC
obviously.
tomorrow.
No. We're
excited
talking
to see
iconic
if
kids
pops
show,
up
episodic,
or not.
sagastic kids show.
Ninjago.
Clone Wars?
Almost.
Clone Wars is
Yeah.
a kid show.
Agree. Clone Wars at first is a kid show. Later on, it kind of becomes like a pseudo kid show. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you literally have, well, spoilers, you have decapitations, which are great. Yeah. So there's that.
Love that.
You have people being
They try to
eviscerated.
avoid the word kill in this series. It's hilarious.
And yet, Atla does not shy away from it. Well, not where it really counts. I do enjoy it. I think this is about right. Atla gets... this is close. It is right there.
I know you gave it a cack on the original.
S plus. It's very close. It is very... it's like a Pokeball. You two, debate.
Okay. Sarfnic doesn't have much to say. I presume. How far did you go into this? Sorry. How much did you actually watch?
I don't remember. That's how
Rewatched. Good series.
What is it on? Nickelodeon?
It's on Netflix.
It's probably
right
on
now.
Paramount
It
Plus.
had Korra
actually.
on Netflix too.
It's on Netflix. Sorry to go watch.
But it's Nickelodeon, so it's probably gonna be on Paramount Plus.
Nickelodeon.
Anyway, so this is the only, like, other than what Clone Wars is the only kid show with like an overarching plot that's actually focused on an extreme amount. Yeah.
And even then, early Clone Wars is anthological.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think there's anything you can compare it to.
This series, in early on, it's very much so. Although it does become much more overarching later on, season 2 and onward, pretty much.
I'm going to posit one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Don't freak out. The original Naruto.
Would you like to?
Maybe the closest possible
Make a
thing you can
trade
get to
game?
this.
I'm just kidding though. Although
Yeah.
Gamer, you watched the thing I said
okay.
don't watch that.
I was
season.
gonna
You
say
watched
I
the
don't really
Rock
like what
season.
they did to. I'm not gonna say it
Which is
explicitly,
annoying.
but I don't really like what they did to avoid. Obviously, can't really do much with it because of a kid show. But
Yeah.
I don't like what they did to avoid what they did with Ozai at the ending, or, with Turtle.
Turt.
Yeah, it seemed like a third way out that was kind of cheaty.
That's fair.
Yeah. A secret tunnel, Aramus.
Secret dinner.
Such a fucking good scene. Zuko alone was really, really fucking good.
Zuko alone may bring this to a keck. I'm sorry. He's just such a good character.
Yeah,
He should be the star.
you
Like, he
cannot
is
fail.
far and away the best character. in my-
Like, all of the trio are all good, like, throughout the entire season, but they're nowhere near Zuko.
yeah.
Like, no.
Iroh's fucking dialogue is
Oh my god,
scene
Iroh.
stealing.
Yeah.
Scene stealer extraordinaire. Ah, it's so close.
I'm going
When in doubt, round
We'll
up.
give it to it. We'll give it to it because there's just nothing you can compare it to.
Sorry, you gotta watch it.
Obviously, Avatar, the movie. You compare it to that?
We
F.
James
Crazy.
Cameron Avatar, yes,
What about
and I
the
do have
other
rose-tinted
Avatars?
goggles about James Cameron Avatar.
Yo,
Completely
guys,
different
I have one
scene,
thing to
but
say
still.
though. Before we move on to the next thing, wait for it. Who's this?
Look, brothers, tits.
Of a 14-year-old, not to mention.
Yes.
Sorry, pedophile.
When did this come out though? When did the last Airbender? When did the last
Sard
Airbender air?
Bayhek. Look, brothers, Bobs and Wagon.
Sorry. If I found a picture of 14-year-old you attractive, despite the fact that you're 18 now, does that make me a pedophile? Yes.
You
Technically
share
not.
some more things in common than you might think with Sam and Butter.
I mean, hey, how old are they now? Is the question.
If you want a waifu in this universe, go for the chick in Korra. Go for Moped Chick.
How old is in Legend of Korra? She's like, our character is like 90 or something.
Yes.
So.
Yes. That's
No,
what
wait,
I call
wait,
a
wait.
fine age.
Years
range.
afterwards, right? It's so what, 84?
I don't date cougars. Sorry.
What? Oh yeah. Speaking,
FBI,
We have to
open-
go-
speaking of
only-
gilfs, there, Aramus.
They have to be
Yes,
under half my age, and then I'll consider
there are
them.
some fantastic gilfs in that series.
Well, it seems that Sarfnic is officially a pedophile.
Yes.
Correct. Toph is best gilf in that series.
All right, let's move on, shall we?
Aramus
Al-
18. and
Also,
Armstead.
Butter's mocking you in DMs right now.
You can tell I'm joking, but or am I joking? Who knows?
Oh Christ!
No, you're not. You should
Obviously
shoot.
not.
How old is Toph? Like 10?
I will say, I have a cousin that is very much like Toph.
My name is Toff because it sounds like tough.
In looks,
She's the best.
Is that's
No,
the same cousin you
in-
mentioned previously to me?
Yes.
Like,
So she is very much like Toph. Not in looks at all, actually, but in spirit and
okay.
yeah, and in badassery for her age.
Sard, are you going to watch Avatar?
probably.
Please.
Castlevania.
Maybe
yeah.
I'll make a
Finish that first and then watch
trade.
Avatar. No,
Warcries.
Beastars.
I'm not trading a bad show for you to watch a good show. Just watch a good show for your own enjoyment. Come on.
Why do you think I watched Castlevania then?
She's blind and can control rocks. Shit, man, that crazy. Correct, Butter. Correct. The Butter for mod. I'm sold. Okay. Warcries recommended Atla. Sard, you did the great journey to Blackwind. Okay, I got a good idea here. You
Yeah.
guys won't know this one.
Okay.
Do I not have it on here? Oh, we have Legend of Luke too. I have a different legend here. I'm gonna go Legend of Drizzt.
Guy,
There
Legend
you
of
go.
Korra now.
Legends of Chima.
Did they? Okay.
Okay, I'll,
Extended universe and all.
Who did you give access, Aramus?
anyone
Eisen
can
Index
look
is
at it.
public
Okay.
property, but they are not editors.
Sorry, anonymous squirrel.
Legend of Drizzt is like 40 books, so probably. But Atlas Shrugged is a really fucking long read
Yeah.
and like a slog. Up to you. You can probably take Legend of Drizzt in chunks.
Yeah.
This is in the setting and probably the best series of books for the entire setting that Baldur's Gate 3 takes place in. Like, there are actual mentions of the same places in Baldur's Gate 3 and whatnot, including Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
Yes, Baldur's Gate, there's a significant arc in Baldur's Gate in Legend of Drizzt. Overarching story of Legend of Drizzt is so fucking convoluted because it takes place over like 40 books and has like 7 spin-off series and like 3 mini spin-off series that aren't even written by the same author and 50 different fucking perspectives and hundreds of characters. But core story of Legend of Drizzt, I don't know if we should just break this up by like trilogy or what. Because how many fucking books are there in Legend of Drizzt? I'm gonna Google it. How many books in the Drizzt series? 36 books.
Christ.
Not including the spin-offs, War of the Spider Queen, that's another 6 books. Not including Sellswords, travels with one of my favorite characters. That is another 3 books, that's 45 books, not including the most recent of them. Is it? Generations? It does include Generations. Okay, that's fine. The overarching story, good enough for me to sustain through 36 books, plus outside series. This book series makes every other Forgotten Realms book look like shit. I have read Elminster. Elminster does not have a thing on Drizzt. I have read Moonshae. Moonshae does not have a thing on Drizzt. I have read Netherrealm Trilogy. Netherrealm Trilogy doesn't have shit on Drizzt. I have read Daughter of the Drow. Daughter of the Drow doesn't have shit on Drizzt. Okay. S particularly for villains. Very good villains in this series. Writing style. I really do like Salvatore. I model a lot of my stuff off of Salvatore. Put it this way. If Cathagad is to have taken a lot of what he writes in his D&D setting from Martin and Tolkien, I take a lot of what I write in my setting from Salvatore. Sensory description, Salvatore is a badass. Not quite as badass as something like, say, an old school Tolkien in my view, because Tolkien stops to describe every fucking leaf on the tree. Now, uniqueness completely blows all Forgotten Realms series out of the water. Refinement, Drizzt can get a little lazy. Overall, it's pretty consistent though. Like even the interim stuff, the political intrigues in between all the major actions and plot points, very nice, particularly as the series goes on. This gets much better as it ages. It starts off really strong and ends really strong. The early middle is where you will suffer. Overall rating S-. You guys don't know a damn thing about this. Cinthoris grows up in the setting that Homeland, the very first book, takes place in. So I advise reading this on the double.
Okay.
Cinthoris is canonly created in this universe. This is his origin universe. And if you read the spin-off series, War of the Spider Queen, there is actual mention of a specific entity related to Cinthoris in there. That's Legend of Drizzt. Let's go through one final sweep through of reviews and then we will conclude.
Okay, this is gonna be a long one. Sorry, do you begin?
Make it quick.
So what should...
I feel myself sobering up. You better make this snappy.
Didn't we already do
That
enough
means
reviews
I
though?
discussed philosophy with you after.
So wait, are we still dueling? Are we switching back to like re-reviews?
Do you guys want to do reviews or add one more set of new things?
I'm down for reviews, but I don't know what to review.
I know what to add again because I remember.
What would you want to add, War?
Game of Thrones, most likely.
I was gonna add Donald Trump.
Donald Trump's already on here, isn't he?
Yeah.
Is he?
No.
I don't think he is.
U.S. is on here. Ben Shapiro's on here. It's in politics,
Okay,
and also I guess Hassan now, but no one else.
You mean Cenk's nephew?
Yeah.
Let's do rapid fire on Game of Thrones.
Okay. Show? Is that what we're gonna go with?
Well, what do we want to do? I haven't read the books I haven't read all the books, so
Show only.
yeah.
I've only read the first book.
Should we do
Why
this
did you
in
guys
intervals
clone?
between the good and bad seasons? Should we go separate like the first 4 seasons and then 5 through
No.
7 and then 8, or all at once?
All at once.
Yo, Butter, you don't like the first season of Game or last season? Oh, of course, everyone hates the last season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I have
up Legend of Drizzt
I
to
have
an
a
S
controversial
overall.
opinion. on Game of Thrones, which I think season 6 is better than season 5 by a long mile.
Controversial, like, oh,
What?
season 4 best season, no question.
I
forget,
guess.
I already forget what happens in each season, but
Bruh.
I mean, I already forgot the main plot of each season, except for like the last ones. Like 6 was they were trying to reclaim Winterfell.
Or get in here. Characters close to a Keck, but I'm gonna give it an S. Bad villains, with the sole exception of perhaps Tywin Lannister, who's quasi-villain because omniscient perspective, yada yada yada, whatever. Dany makes a pretty good semi-antag, so that. Stannis makes semi-antag.
Daenerys.
Stannis is more of an anti-hero.
Yeah.
Butter.
Writing, acting. Yeah. Visuals, really good. Particularly in architectural design. Like, I think not a lot of people touch on that, but if you look at their actual design in Bravos, and Karth in particular, I really like that in King's Landing. Direction falls off horrifically in the last seasons. Actually, so does story. Writing and acting is, yeah, it takes a hit, but not that big of one. Score, sound design.
Hello.
Read the captions, or whatever at the bottom. Notes.
Dragon Birch. Yeah, all true.
Oh my god, foreshadowing with Reigns of Castamere is so yes.
Uniqueness. The uniqueness is not in the setting itself. The uniqueness is viewpoints.
Yeah,
There are
I
comparable
realize
settings.
this is actually really accurate.
Forgotten Realms
there's always
is
like
actually a
3 sides.
comparable
They
setting
go
to this.
At war with
However,
each other.
if
funny.
you take one narrative
show.
and trace it through the entire Forgotten Realms, you almost never get omniscient Forgotten Realms books. This one makes a very good time of having omniscient fantasy worlds, so very nice.
I mean, George R. R. Martin's awesome.
Uniqueness, great. Refinement, lagged badly in the later seasons. There are so many great side characters with great writing and acting, I think I'm going to keep it an S. So, my evidentiaries for this are Oberyn.
Oh, yeah.
Theon. Ramsay.
Yeah.
Every single person from the north except for Mance Rayder.
Right.
You know,
Tormund in particular is great. Brienne is fantastic. Hound is probably best in show. Probably a Keck in Hound.
Yeah.
Hound's brother.
No. Hound's brother's actually pretty weak. So does Cersei in the later seasons, not gonna lie.
Cersei is good in the earlier seasons.
Yeah, Cersei flags hard. Arya's fine. Sansa sucks.
Yeah, I don't... like, smartest girl I know, guys. What person I know? That's what it was from
Every single supporting character that isn't Jorah sucks for Dany.
Yeah.
I mean, I consider Tyrion enough of his own thing to not spoilers, by the way. Varys is good, I guess. Varys is fine. It fills a needed role. Bronn, fantastic. Tyrion, fantastic. Tywin, fantastic.
Awesome.
Even fucking Sean Bean, fantastic. Dies fantastically. Spoilers.
What about Robert?
Rob sucks. I'm sorry, I fucking hate Rob.
I mean, yeah, he was meant to fulfill the classic hero arc and then turn it on its head as to actually show the viewers what was meant to happen. So in and of itself, I like that George did that, but you know, so I can respect the character in that manner.
Don't forget Lady Light, or whoever her name is.
Melisandre?
Melisandre, not good. Mixed. Stannis, good. Renly was trash, but he played Renly, and Renly's a one-dimensional character. So Robert Baratheon, really good. Haven't seen him since A Knight's Tale. I actually really like Robert Baratheon.
Didn't we just discuss him a second ago?
No, I thought you were talking about Robb Stark.
Oh no, I was talking about Baratheon.
No, Rob Baratheon is fantastically acted. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, Bobby.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Who else do we got?
I can see Robert killing Rhaegar.
There are a couple side characters who I really love. Mace and Olenna Tyrell.
Oh yeah.
I love both of them.
They got annoying in some of the seasons though.
I love how they included.
Considering her hidden wit.
Like
I love. Well,
I'll
first
tell you,
of all,
the
she's
cult
hot.
in
But...
King's Landing was my least favorite storyline out of all of them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fair. I think the Sparrow was played well, but I don't like his character. You got Pycelle, who's necessary. I don't really bad acting wise. Like I struggle to find people who are really bad acting wise.
What about the Night King?
Night King has no fucking acting.
Yeah,
and his CGI is fine. Sansa's not good.
Good. It's not terrible, but it's not good.
Fucking Filch as Walter Frey is fantastic.
Man,
I
he's like,
can't
he's
not
like
see
me,
Filch.
Warcries. He's like me.
Honestly,
Your girls.
honestly, writing acting kind of veering towards Keck, but some of the scripts I don't like.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I'd assume refinement. This is pretty much only the first 7 seasons, and then refinement would dip to like a cringe when you go to the 8.
Yes, and late 7, honestly.
Yeah, they fucked that one up big time.
Like it seems so rushed. Like there was a fucking coffee cup in the scene where, oh my god, Littlefinger.
I love
It's
How did
we forgot
Littlefinger himself as a cat.
We haven't even talked about
Oh my
Terraria
god!
yet.
Wait, I have Wait, let me get.
Yet.
Oh yes, I have it.
Oh,
Love this.
How do we? There's so much characters. It's so. Like, we even
Excellent.
forgot about.
overrated
Mormo's-
line, but excellent.
Mormo's like
Yeah.
cousin, right?
What?
Mormo's cousin, you know,
What?
like the leader of the island of bears or whatever,
She
Oh
wasn't
wait,
good.
oh yeah,
One-dimensional Mary Sue-esque.
yeah.
dies to giant. Yeah, but yeah, how do we
Um,
forget Littlefinger?
I think that's how he made all his hay. So everyone forgets fucking Littlefinger.
Oh, what about that?
Maybe because the finishing to his arc wasn't very satisfying.
What about
for me.
that guy that lived in that one city? The guy who like trained
The Bravosi.
Arya?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked him. Was fantastic. Jack and Hagar, aka Man of Many Faces.
Yeah, that's him.
Fantastically
Yeah,
acted.
that's-
Excellent
Jack-
VA. Can I get him to like do some ASMR or
Oh
something?
my god, Jaqen is amazing. I love that voice actor too. Oh my
Like
god.
they're just short of having the
I
average
think that's
of
the best voice acting.
Have
in
we
this show
overlooked
so
Snow
far.
as well?
John?
John's Kit Harington. I really like in that show.
Yeah.
He's not a good actor objectively.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pompeii. That's
Here's my
killed
favorite
my love for Kit Harington.
Yeah, he's a cool dude, not a great
There was
actor.
a fucking meme. Everyone in my family kind of does this annoying thing where they try to personify or to cast themselves as one of their characters for the memes. Everyone always had me pegged as Jon Snow, and I was so fucking pissed
What?
about it.
I'd peg you as what? If I had to go by personality, I mean, here, let's
It's
go
not
through this.
that far off is the irritating part.
Littlefinger
give you the
is
Hound.
Littlefinger manipulates people purely for his own benefit. Varys is manipulates people to some extent, not to the same extent that Littlefinger
I would have
does.
cast myself as Tyrion.
Yeah,
I would have cast myself as
true.
Tyrion.
Tyrion does it manipulates people for the good of the realm, just to a more or a higher extent than Varys, which I respect.
Oh, Varys, I
Um,
remember him.
You could also cast me as a less simpy variant of Jorah, I guess, but no. Bad.
You can cast Aramus as Marjorie's for being a PETA.
Yeah. Daria Naharis isn't an awful cast, but I don't like that.
Well, she can't be a pedo. She's a girl.
Leftism moment. Well, who else did they try and pitch me as? They do this in every fucking series that we do too. Like
were the other-
Castlevania, obviously, I get immediately pegged as Alucard.
Yeah.
Very irritating.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I love Alucard. Don't get me wrong. I mean, you saw the DM. You saw
Okay,
the DM.
I
I'm
think
down
I'd be
with it.
Theon Greyjoy.
Yes, you would. Sorry. Yes, you would.
That is going. That is.
And I'm
that is
Ramsay.
being clipped. That is getting.
I'm being honest, right?
Free feels up in sister.
Theon Greyjoy. Butter, are you here for this?
Oh, that's so good.
Good meme. Plus 10 third point.
Everyone had me fucking pinned as John.
Why? That's so like.
Then again, I am very different with you people in real life. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it somewhat based on character and not looks or anything.
No. I can't.
Excellent
Okay.
swordsmanship.
Butter just said I'd say it's
Fuck
pretty
you,
accurate.
Why is Butter not talking to each other?
Wait, I don't think he's talking about John. I think he's talking about Theon, right? Because
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
I mean, I
Okay, that was
agree.
our speed round. Game of Thrones. You get a because I hated your conclusion so fucking much.
A.
Yeah, that was my guess.
Get all the way down at an A plus.
I'd put it at.
Or what do you dislike about the
S
conclusion?
if it
Actually, I
weren't
wanna
for the
know.
final season.
Do you guys
Okay,
okay how bad they
As a
changed Dragon?
war
Age?
player, the fucking siege strategy. I cannot fathom.
I
It's so bad. It's so you have your artillery in front.
Can we mention the bells?
Have your artillery in front of your trenches. You
Smart.
send your cavalry straight into braced infantry in inclement weather with no.
Yes.
They didn't even use their winds of magic on Firestorm.
Can
They
someone
used it on
explain?
burning.
Can someone explain how the Night King lost, please?
Oh, that.
Fucking
Actually, I think the
God,
Night King was
dude.
I prefer the Night King fight over the actual final
Night
battle.
King winning and just killing everyone would have been much better.
You're a good person, Fiona. Let me let you get executed.
He lost because of Ninja Girl, that's why.
Ninja Girl. That like
Fucking stupid.
Arya's character.
He reminds me of
Not-
Garmadon a lot, actually.
Putting a pin and then discarding it offhand.
Yeah. Oh yes. Can I mention the stab wounds? Arya getting stabbed and just recovering from it the next day.
And how fast they traveled across the realm.
Yeah,
Like,
early on that was really good.
No, at first it was good. Then they
Uh-huh.
made it like instant. Like, it's like a
Uh-huh.
day to get anywhere.
It's poisoning my perceptions.
It was the same writers and everything for the.
Could
the
have
season,
easily
right?
been one of the best shows, like top 5, top 3 even of all time, if they actually didn't fail with, or if they
I
kept on going
actually-
how they were past season 4.
The problem with this is not Arya getting the kill off.
No, that's not the main problem, no.
Problem is Sansa getting the credit.
Yeah, as Arya would have been the smartest girl I know.
Fucking Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Like, I love how they try to do the whole Sansa is playing the political games and stuff and learning from Littlefinger. No.
Littlefinger must be so dumb in that last season. It is so obvious what's happening.
Actually,
Fine,
no,
'cause
I
it's
actually
all
didn't see
what
it. coming.
Littlefinger's character really
Right.
has.
I didn't know that he was actually being deceived, believe it or not. But I think it was still a dumb plot that he'd expect them to turn against each other.
That's enough.
So basically, good show, bad.
That's enough. We're up to. Oh my god, guys, we have to get 69 entries.
One
Oh my
last
god,
one.
shut up, Aram.
Actually,
No,
wait,
we're not.
we're at 68 minus 2, so we would need 3 more. Never mind.
Ah, yeah. Next index, obviously.
Yes, we will hit 69 entries next index. We added a lot of good ones today, boys.
Including
I'm going to go do a
Cenk's
quick.
nephew.
I'm going to finish this off with a review. Literal God's choice of
Okay.
Warframe. I'm gonna amp core gameplay to S.
I'm trying to find Warframe.
Just go up to where he is.
I'm going to
Find
amp refinement
click
and
on it.
development to S.
It'll take you up.
Warframe is number 12. I'm going to
off.
amp community to S. No, I'm gonna amp community to Keck. The Warframe community is the least toxic community I've ever been a part of.
There's one exception, and it's the Riven community. It's the most toxic community I've ever been
That's
part
true.
of.
You're all forgetting SCP Secret Laboratory.
No, it's
Warframe
worse.
ascends to an S plus, very close to a Keck. I'm still fulfilling a lot of the endgame systems. I've done Kuvaliches now. I've done modular weapons. All of that is really good. I've done Rivens. I've done Railjack. I've done all of this stuff. It is really, really good, and it is continuing to be really, really good. Story may get an amp soon, depending on what they actually do going forward, and Sisters of Parvos. If they make Parvos a big pillar in the lore again, Warframe story, and we'll just instantly get a kick.
I think it seems like they're going to, for sure.
We have concluded this Eisen index with the rating of Game of Thrones, which I'm surprised we hadn't done earlier, because if you remember, I was into Game of Thrones for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why, because I thought you guys hated the show, because you guys are always insulting. and,
No,
like,
because its
cringe.
last season was just so poisonous. Like, that last season was a pervasively bad last season.
No one disagrees whatsoever.
I've not met a person who likes Season 8. There you go. Bye-bye, Tom.
Hound's conclusion bad.
We
Is it on
ended the
there?
stream or no?
Not yet, because we didn't have a conclusion yet. Isn't there like an outro?
Conclusion.
Okay, there you go.
Good conclusion. That's the end of the video.